Okay, abusuya breaking news, latest updates, and I have projected at the ato ye screen no and chain at the amamono NPA scandal. OSP amends charges against Mustafa Abdul Hamid and 9 others, increasing the count from 25 to 54 after finding new evidence. Abusuya OSP Akuffo mu ewo court sisi ade ono nso asonija attorney general so ono nso asone de a ode ba ne Akuffo mu court a ode charges akwakobo NPA former NPA boss abusuya enye asamketo akwenti no wo hwe screen so a project two flyers na eden was so me read the other one. OSP charges former NPA boss Mustafa Hamid and 9 others with 54 counts over alleged extortion of 291 million Ghana cedis and 332,000 Ghana US dollars. 332,000 US dollars. Ebusuya charges we ena yede above former NPA boss ebusuya latest update a free OSP kisi ejabene office eba enye asem keto akwenti no ano ena ya project ede atu your screen in China empayinfo bi so atena ase eye Alan UP Alan Kyerematen ni UP party asisi ano what no ebusuya omo e the hot analysis bi aba amoma yentie eno so ensem bi so a ekoso asisi NPP party ne de akulapse kra enye asem keto akra on subscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me and kabia Ghana politics avenue so medamase
as the new founder for United Party. It's bringing back, memories for those who belong to the UP tradition, as the NPP likes to identify itself as. What I want us to do now is to listen to why there's this movement for change moving into UP, United Party, and why the NPP is also concerned about this. But first, let's listen to Alan Kyerematen.
The economic powerhouse of Africa by 2040. By 2040, and that is what we call Vision 2040. And we are branding this as the Paradise Project. So by 2040, if the people of Ghana, by the grace of God, is always in power, then we promise them that by 2040, Ghana will become a paradise. Now, you may articulate your vision, but what is it that you are going to do to realize your vision? That is what your vision is. And our mission as a party is to build a united, peaceful, secure, and prosperous country. Can you become the economic powerhouse of Africa if you are divided? No. Can you become the economic powerhouse of Africa if there's no peace in your country? No. Can you become the powerhouse if you are not secure as a nation? No. And this, together with prosperity, is what will make us the economic powerhouse. And also, our mission is to provide equal opportunity for all Ghanaians, not for some, but for all Ghanaians. What we have been witnessing since independence is that the opportunities are open for only a few people. The United Party is going to change that dynamics. And it is to provide the opportunity for every Ghanaian to realize their full potential. If you want to become a carpenter, want to become the best carpenter.
Okay, it gives you a sense of why UP has now been formed. Just give me that. You have
our info pack.
Oh, I see. It's yellow. It's still butterfly anyway. UP. What do you say if we say UP?
Ghana first.
Wow. Who's second? Who's second?
No, it's
yeah, talk to us about UP.
Yeah, I mean, thank you very much. And let me seize this opportunity to commend the media,
right,
especially in the general public Ghanaian, for coming behind us. I mean, what we did on Thursday was simply an exercise to outdoor our provisional license. So we did a media launch. the main launch will come after going through.
Oh, so with all we've seen, there's something bigger coming.
Of course.
Oh.
You know, that should tell you what is ahead of us. Right. And I think people, I'm very happy that everybody is taking that very seriously. And this process, you asked, it started when, Honorable Kyerematen and some of us left the NPP for the reasons that we espoused that time. And we went through the 2024 election because the time was too short. We established an independent platform to push to break the duopoly. And we realized that after the election, we realized that some of the weaknesses that we needed to overcome, including we needed to establish an institution, a political institution. Because, Blessed, if you were deeply involved with the EC, you realize that to go as an independent, there are inherent disadvantages. For example, you won't be admitted to certain meetings, meanwhile you filed as a presidential candidate and others. And largely, about 95% of our polling agents were not given accreditation. And these are issues that we needed to overcome. And
already, you're facing a challenge on the start of it. United Party, UP's known tradition in the NPP. I've heard one MP already say that you may be taken to court for taking the name.
He is ignorant. And it's unfortunate that they have such elements making laws for us. Because the thing you need to even assume is that when the EC has given you a provisional certificate, it means that you've met all the critical procedure and the criteria that you need to. The law is clear. The Political Parties Act is clear. You cannot use any state symbol as a political party. You can also use an existing political party's name or symbol or motto to establish a party.
But of all the names, why would you transform from Movement for Change to UP if it's not for anything but mischief, as some are saying?
No, it is never mischief. Our party is a broad-based party, and we are putting Ghana first. Our political philosophy is centrist. So we believe in bringing on board the positive from the left.
Alan has moved from joining the right. I know him. He's a right-wing politician.
And those of us who were in NPP and those who are still there know him that if you look at his track record as cabinet minister and the policies that he even designed and implemented as Minister for Trade should tell you that he's more or less the second Nkrumah. Look at his industrialization drive.
Today
look at his
explain that to me because
give me the opportunity.
Yeah, right.
If you look at, for example, just under President Akuffo's government, he under President Akuffo designed the district industrialization program and branded it as one district, one factory. And it was to use the state power to create wealth for the Ghanaian. And that means he's borrowing ideas from the left.
From Nkrumah.
Obviously from the left, as ideas from the right, to bring to the center, to create wealth for the Ghanaian.
So Alan no longer believes in property-owning democracy, is it?
The property-owning democracy is not only supportive of a right-wing party. Of course, every Ghanaian has the right, and that's what we believe. So the positive has the right to own property through your sweat. Your
interim national chairman says you're not going back to the NPP because you've been giving amnesty and instead you choose to set up a political party.
You know, Blessed, and the leadership of NPP is confused. It's confused because the general secretary said at Takra, one of the rounds that they were making, that they have not granted amnesty to everybody. And if you want to join the party, you have to reapply. And I'm not interested in discussing MPP and their leadership and the inefficiencies. And that is the reason why MPP...
No, but you are giving amnesty to retire.
By who? It is not true.
Will it ever happen that in the lead-up to the 2028 elections, we'll see you...
As it is now, don't you see MPP declining? Look at what is happening. Look at regional chairman, the behavior they are... What has changed? Nothing has changed. They don't have Ghana at heart. MPP leadership is selfish, self-centered. And we are not interested in living our patriotic duty to support such agenda. And
if you're given the opportunity in 2028 to join hands with the NPP, will that ever happen?
It will depend on the context, because we are also advocating...
Also, you are open to going back to the NPP?
No, don't get me wrong. We are not open to going back to NPP. We are a united party, and our party has come to stay. And I'm advocating for the big, smaller parties like CPP, PNC, and others to join forces for us to establish
not the NPP.
Of course, I mean, the elements, we are targeting the elements in, there are a lot of people who are disillusioned. And I left NPP because I was disillusioned. And if you look at the leadership of United Party now, you cannot tell me that these are individuals who are out there seeking their selfish.
In the last election,
most of them are well.
In the last elections, your candidate didn't make any difference. I mean, he didn't make any fair statements in the election. So why should you be taken seriously? I made a point that, of course, we went into 2024 election from a very disadvantaged position institutionally, and also there were elements in NPP and elements at the Electoral Commission who deliberately fought against specifically the candidature of Honorable. Really?
And we will come to that. Does it make sense to you that we have 41,970 polling stations in this country? The EC says that every candidate who has filed and accepted is entitled to have 2 polling agents. If I'm the manager of the Electoral Commission, all I needed to do is to multiply 2 by the number of polling stations times the number of presidential candidates and print my accreditation. It is my responsibility as a presidential candidate to submit a list to you as easy that these are my agents.
Do you believe that?
We did not have representation in over 95.
That's why you lost the election?
It was a factor, a key factor, because look, there are instances where people voted in polling stations. They went through the process at the counting, we got there.
Let me ask you
this question. Come to that.
Do you believe that the 2024 election was a true outcome and the will of the people?
Of course. For now, we have no...
So you believe Alan lost the election, even without your observers?
Of course, we do, but
yeah, so why then say that because you didn't have observers?
But bless you, I don't want this discussion to focus on the 2020 because it's past. You understand? We have to look forward.
Have you started speaking to the CPP and the others to join you?
We haven't initiated that process now, but at the right time, I think our leadership will. And we will support that. And I believe, were you...
No. You're wearing yellow already. You can just join. I'm
wearing gold.
Oh, gold rather. Okay. So, so an enhanced form of yellow.
Yes.
I see.
It is very important that we understand what is happening to our country. Why you raised this about guarantee, and that is why he made the comment about the president. I agree with him that the leadership of the Fourth Republic has largely failed us. And do you think it will inure to the benefit of our youth to continue on the same tangent?
Will Alan contest the next elections?
By the grace of God, it will depend. The party will open a process for those who are interested to contest the primaries, if you so wish.
If he's giving, maybe the NPP gives him a deal as a running mate, no?
No, ask him. If he loses the United Party primary,
let me do this. Let me give the final thoughts to Lawyer Ibrahim Amaliba, then I come back in studio so we can get your thoughts as well. Lawyer Ibrahim Amaliba, now we have a united party that will be joining IPAC, I believe, because now you can sit in meetings with other political parties. They're seeking to change the status quo. It won't be the duopoly of the NDC and the NPP any longer. Do you believe in Alan?
Well, Ghana will remain a duopoly, but what will happen is replacement of one of the duopolies. That's what will happen. Since the time of Akroma, it has always been a duopoly. You hear Ghanaians say that I don't want to spoil my vote. So they don't look towards the smaller parties. But what I'm aware is that the duopoly can be replaced, and that is what they are seeking to do. And they can do this effectively because they have been ushered in at the time when the MPP is in disarray. They are in success and service. Their parliamentary group is not performing well. In the past, when we had J.H. Mensah and Aproko and Co, who were also in minority, you saw how that small group were able to turn around things. But this minority is not living up to expectation. Look at the vituperations coming out from the various camps, those who are going to contest for the flag bearership race. Look at how the whole issue has been skewed towards Dr. Bawumia, where they have maintained the delegates who voted for him at the last time, turning upside down the whole process, where you should have started from the bottom to top. They have decided to do this just because Bawumia must be favored. So a lot of things are happening in the MPP I would advise them, I mean, the UP party, we now have a UP tradition and UP party, so you must be careful the way you mention them. So the UP party should choose their battles carefully. I think that they must start with the MPP and they must start from the Ashanti region. Phil Candice. Alan should not be so much interested in the presidency now because it's too short for him. But they can have parliamentary representation and use that parliamentary representation to catapult themselves into the second duopoly.
Yeah.
I think that can happen.
I'm told they'll be bringing a party card to you soon, so you can fill your forms and join them.
Let's see whether they will come my way.
That's an interesting one. Grateful for your time, Lawyer Maliba, for joining us this morning. CPP, are you joining the movement? It's a strong movement. He says you are a big, small political party.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's good to hear that one of the duopoly want to split up. But as to how they can do that.
One of the duopoly doesn't want to split up.
As to how the UP will be able to do that, that's fine. You can see that my brother Amaliba is excited. Where from his excitement? Because it inures to the NDC's benefit. That's why he's saying that they should even start fielding candidates in the Ashanti region. But what Amaliba is refusing to understand is that some time ago, 30 years ago, thereabout, they were able to cajole CPP folks to be able to make up the NDC.
The NDC stole your members?
Of course, everybody knows. They know.
They took your best?
And that is where they must stand firm. Because you see, there's something we call dialectics. The natural organic change in society. They come by itself. And you see, they come over a period. It can lie low and come about 50 years later. So we're only 30 years later when they stole our folks. But
NDC stole your members?
Of course, that's the adjective I'll use. They stole our folks. So they are now excited that a certain UP is coming to come and give more or less MPP a problem. But they should be watching their end, because at the end of the day, Nkrumah never dies, as we say. It simply means that one day. See, I keep telling people that they should not be describing CPP as a smaller party. CPP is a giant.
Sleeping?
Yes.
A sleeping giant.
CPP is a very big, huge party. It has just gone into abeyance. But it doesn't mean it is off.
When will you wake up?
And I was yes, it is. I talk about dialectics. So it is about when the time is right. And everything is calculated by nature. I'll give you a classical example of a small nation in olden Greece called Macedonia.
Right.
Macedonia was just one of the weakest within the Greek. They were not even strong within the Greek system. When once upon a time, a certain Alexander the Great stood up, Darius and all of them were scattered. He went to war with 50,000 soldiers against 1 million men of Darius, and he finished that war. So Ghanaians should understand that it's a generational thing. The Gen Z that are coming, they are watching NDC, watching MPP. At the right time, when CPP start sending out the right message for them to hear. For instance, they should look into their lives. If you are a Gen Z today, look at your father and your mother and ask yourself that your father and mother who is not closer to where they share the meat, the political meat, what is her life? There are people in the Volta region who have followed Jerry Rawlings because they love Rawlings to make NDC happen in the Volta region. They don't even have a bicycle to show.
And the CPP will give that to them?
The CPP is a socialist party. It's a party, egalitarian, a party for the people. Everything Nkrumah did was for the people. Why were we setting up factories? We were setting up factories so that Ghanaians would work.
Okay.
Work and happiness was the main focus of the CPP.
Okay.
Why were we embarking on modernization of agriculture? So Ghanaians will work. Look at Galamsey. We are very clear that it's an existential threat. It will get to a time, if you are not careful, 1 or 2 children from every Ghanaian home will be deformed. We should be just playing with it.
Okay.
And until we get to a point where in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, each household in Ghana will have 1 deformed child. Okay. We'll see that we have... No, please.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. But just give me 2 minutes. Okay. Because this is the time for me to...
Yeah.
Ghanaians have not heard much about the CPP because we are not on your normal platform. You're always doing MPP and depending.
No, don't worry.
No, I'm not saying it's you. It's the system. But when we begin to come out, we have not been talking. When we begin to talk, the Gen Z will understand where we are coming from. In the 2024 election, I was clear that when we come, Galamsey will be off because we are stopping all licenses.
All right.
And at the end of the day, NDC used the system of being angry about Galamsey, capitalize on it so that let's put the fire on NPP. They come into power and the same thing. Now we have a gold board that is going behind and buying the gold. Okay, so at the end of the day, both NDC and NPP cannot stop Galamsey. But CPP, we are stopping it.
Okay.
And that is why I've brought, I don't know if...
So you won't join UP, that's what you're saying.
I've brought an action of the highest form of accountability that we should look at Article 69 and impeach the president. It's the same thing like we have impeached the Chief Justice, and you understand? It's constitutional.
Next week when Parliament comes.
Yes,
you'll be there in Parliament.
When Parliament comes, the Speaker must look at it.
Oh, you'll be going there?
No, I've already submitted. The Speaker will look at it. So CPP must not be construed to be a smaller party for UP and the rest to think that you are coming around to. In fact, if they come and join us, if Alan brings his crowd, it will show that we are going back to Kwame Nkrumah and we are going to revive Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
You have to come to
let me give you
come to the center.
There's nothing in the center.
It appears for Abraham Amaliba, the UP ought to focus on the Ashanti region. When that happens, that will affect the NPP.
Thank you very much, Blaise. The UP is no threat at all. UP plus, or however they're being called, is no threat at all to the NPP.
Right.
I mean, first of all, you look at the person that has formed this United Party.
It's not only one person, please.
It's Alan Kyerematen, that's what it is. It's everybody knows it's a movement. He started a movement for change. He left the NPP, seeking to divide it. And now you go and create a party and call it United Party. When you are a proponent or an active whatever of division and want to create a united. So fundamentally, it's even flawed. But if you look at how they performed in the last election, they had a year, and Alan is known. And if we are being very honest, if Alan had stayed in NPP after losing the primaries to Dr. Bawumia around this time, he would have probably been the front runner in our primaries.
Oh, you feel he lost the opportunity?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Politics is all about timing.
Alan should have stayed.
You bid your time, or you find the right opportunity, and then you strike. Barack Obama, when he realized that, the opportunity window had opened, he struck.
But that's what you. That is not selfish. He wasn't seeking his personal interest. You have to understand that.
So he leaves,
and then politics.
He forms a united party, a movement for change.
He took a principle.
And what happened in the election? 0.2. You would have assumed that.
But the signal was sent to the whole world.
You would have assumed that because NPP's vote collapsed, that 1.2 million votes or so that didn't come to Bawumia would have gone to. But even Cheddar was 0.7.
Anyway,
but it's not automatic.
We need to go. Thank you all for spending time with us. Because we have to go.
We are inviting well-meaning Ghanaians, everybody to join the United.
Okay, Abuja Wene and Sama Ekoso, our political highway. So former NPA boss. Abusia NHS yedi charges abona enye asam ketwa kra intino any updates on a former NPA boss Mustafa Hamid Abusia yedi bebre mon subscribe like and share ma afufron so ensa into me and kabia ha Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so na be any updates be drop biano wonsa ebe to me aka bedamase.